that makes sense when you think about the evolution of the eye and the ability to sense things at a distance rather than along a chemical gradient, and how at that point,
Changes the risk pattern too for survival.
yeah, so at that point, you're not just, like, floating through a solution, toward nutrients or away. You are actively hunting and being hunted, and so the left hemisphere is very good at hunting. The right hemisphere is very good at pareidolia, or, like, seeing patterns and things and making that. There are, like, 2 categories of error. One is what we've already described, which is seeing is over optimizing along one variable, and the other is not optimizing, or, like, seeing faces in a toast or whatever, like that.
Yeah.
This is
That
kind
looks
of,
like Jesus Christ.
yeah,
Yeah.
that this pattern has been dismissed as not valuable because the strategic stability of civilization in its prime, and at its peak, makes it seem like that kind of pattern detection is useless. But the more unstable the environment becomes,
The more beneficial the right hemisphere actually is.
exactly. And so the ability to yellow team or red team, yellow team being externality detection, is becoming more and more obvious in these corporate and research spaces, because we're I like the my note of optimism for living in a completely crazy moment in history is that Mike Tyson, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Like, more and more organizations are getting punched in the face. And so it's getting easier to you don't have to push the value as hard of being able to think otherwise in this world. And so, yeah.
When you talk about the chemical floating and also the ability to bring in some sort of light intake to determine a path you should go towards, like food for risk and survival, it's almost akin to human beings and technology. I mean, we started with blades, right, in combat. I had to be very close to you. If survival is going to happen, it was going to happen here. But then when I started to create range, whether it be with the bow and then later to the technology of, say, a rifle, through gunpowder, now the distance of my decision making has now changed, my path. And now I optimize for this gap of space in between me and whatever that target may be.